Hi friends, today we're going to do 3 super easy DIYs. They are in the Boho decor style, and these would fit in pretty much any room that you want to put them in. They were so fun to make, and I used mostly Dollar Tree items. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Lisa Marie, and welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life. I love to do videos on interesting topics, DIY, crafts, quizzes, anything. We can live our best life doing whatever makes us happy. I hope you'll join me.
Boho DIY number 1. For the first DIY, I'm going to start with one of the 5x7 canvases from Dollar Tree and some paints, and I will list all the paint colors for each project in the description below. I'm going to mix some colors to soften them a little bit. And then I'm going to tape off just randomly in geometric type shapes with some painter's tape on top of my canvas. Next, I'm going to start painting in those areas that are taped off and try to make sure that the same colors don't touch one another. I'm going to let that dry completely before I take all of the tape off, and this is what you find once you remove the tape. Since Boho generally has very earthy colors and metallic type things as well as other elements, I'm going to use a metallic gold paint to paint all the areas where the tape previously was sitting. Now you could use painter's tape and tape off all the areas around those lines if you wanted, but what I did was I used a very small art brush and was just very careful, took my time, and was able to make sure all the lines were very straight. But honestly, if you don't feel like you would have a steady hand with that, absolutely use the painter's tape. Just make sure that your other paint is completely dry before you do that, because otherwise you'll have to keep touching it up back and forth.
I added a top coat of the glossy Mod Podge to finish it off.
Now here it is all finished, and I really love how it turned out. The colors are so nice, they're not overpowering. The gold is just a nice complement, and this would fit anywhere in my house, so I'm super excited about it. Boho DIY number 2. For this DIY, I took 2 little kind of box display, wall hangings from Dollar Tree. They were about 3 by 3 inches with a little succulent right in the middle, and this is what they look like at the store. Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I know exactly what I'm going to make and what the steps are going to be in. Other times, I just buy something because it sort of inspires me, and when I get it home, I just look at it and then think about what I want to do, and I tend to then just kind of create as I go. Having said all that, there are times when I can show you all the materials up front that I'm going to use, and other times I add them in, so that's why sometimes you'll see a full set of supplies, and other times I'll just start adding new things that you didn't see before. Just thought I'd explain that a little bit. I was able to remove those succulents very easily, just kind of twisted them off, and I'll put them aside for another project. And then I pulled out the little teeny nails with my small wire cutters, and they came out very easily as well. Now at this point, inspiration started to kick in. So all of a sudden here you've got my nautical rope, some metallic paint, and some other white paint that I'm going to use. And I'm starting to realize what I might want to turn this into. I painted the inside with that white paint. It's the white wax from Waverly. I just wanted to give it a nice little neutral color inside. I painted the sides inside with, I think it's called Spanish moss. Again, I'll have all the paint colors listed below. And then I decided to do the top in that metallic gold. And this will start to tie into the other project that I just showed you. I decided to use that nautical rope to create little letters, and I thought they came out super cute. Here they are. I cut them to make an X and an O, and I hot glued them down. And then I also mixed in a little bit of the lighter color, I think it's called Sheepskin maybe, and I mixed it into that green to make a lighter version of the green, and that is painted all the way around the outside of the little boxes. That way it stayed in the same color palette, but it was a little softer. And then I hot glued the 2 little boxes together, as you can see, just a little offset to create a really cool looking angled picture. This was such an easy project. It didn't take any time at all once I decided what I wanted to do, and it would be so easy for you to make as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. And this is the finished product. I'm just so happy with it. I'd like to take this time to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Be sure to turn on the notifications so you'll know right away when I upload a new video. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button and share this video with your friends. When you do these things, it really helps my channel grow, so thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And also, join me on social media on Instagram and Facebook under the same name, Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie. It'd be great to see you there, and you might get a sneak peek of what is to come. Boho DIY number 3. Now this project is pretty easy, but it's a little bit of one of those inspirational things that just kind of came to me. I used some fabric that I had laying around, just cut some little strips, and I picked fabrics that either had texture or kind of gave me that boho vibe. Didn't matter how long they were because I'm still going to cut them up even smaller, ranging, let's say, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch wide to 1 inch wide, and approximately just as long as it takes to go around whatever size rope you use. Using nautical rope and hot glue, I started rolling it into itself, almost like you were going to make a flat coaster or plate. And as I was rolling it around itself, I would periodically add one little piece of that fabric, hot glued right on to the rope around it, and then kept rolling the rope around. And you can see the effect it's creating is just throwing little color and pattern and texture into it. And I thought it had such a neat look. It reminded me a little bit of people stringing beads periodically, but instead we're making a bead out of different pieces of fabric in a sense. I thought it looked so cool that I made a small one, and then I decided to make a larger one, you know, almost like a trivet, just to see what it would look like. But I'm imagining you could take this and make it much bigger and make a gorgeous wall hanging out of it. And I didn't do it this time, but I think I might. So then I got another idea. What if I randomly took twine, in this case, and just painted strings and then wrapped those around the nautical rope as I created the coaster or the trivet or the wall hanging, just to add color into it. So I used the same 2 paint colors that I did on those other 2 crafts, and I went ahead and tried it. And it was actually pretty cool too. It's just a whole nother look. See how it is? Just kind of has different colors. I want to encourage you to use your creativity and try things. Sometimes they'll work out nice and other times they won't. But you know what? So you might waste a little bit of material, but it's really fun to try new things, challenge yourself, find out what your creativity wants to do and give it space to grow. And think about what else you could do with this, how you might do it differently. Let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas, if you liked what I did. And let's take one final look at all the projects. I've put them all together so you could see them kind of as a boho collection. Definitely like the video, as I mentioned before. That really helps. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video when I create more fun, easy, and affordable DIYs using mostly Dollar Tree items, which makes it so anyone could do this. Thanks for being here and have a great day. I will see you next time. Bye.